Today, in our last video on ICAO Annex 1, we're talking about obtaining a flight operations officer license without hesitation, repetition, or deviation starting now. The minimum age for a flight operations officer license is 21 years. In terms of knowledge, candidates must demonstrate proficiency in a wide range of subjects to ensure they can effectively manage flight operations. This includes air law, covering rules and regulations relevant to flight dispatches, as well as air traffic services practices and procedures. Candidates must also have a strong understanding of aircraft general knowledge, including the principles of operation for aircraft systems, engines, and instruments, as well as operating limitations of aircraft and engines. They need to understand the Minimum Equipment List, or MEL, which outlines the equipment that must be operational for safe flight. A critical component of the flight operations officer's role involves flight performance calculation and planning, where applicants must demonstrate knowledge of how loading and mass distribution affect aircraft performance and perform weight and balance calculations. They must also be proficient in operational flight planning, which involves calculating fuel consumption, selecting alternate airports, and understanding extended range operations, or ETOPS. Additionally, the applicant must be familiar with computer-assisted planning systems and know how to prepare and file air traffic services flight plans. Human performance is another vital area, focusing on threat and error management to ensure flight operations run smoothly, particularly under stressful or adverse conditions. Meteorology plays a key role as well, where the applicant must understand the movement of pressure systems, the structure of fronts, and significant weather phenomena that affect flight conditions, such as icing and thunderstorms. They must also be skilled in interpreting and applying meteorological reports, charts, and forecasts to ensure the safe planning and execution of flights. In the area of navigation, applicants must demonstrate a solid understanding of instrument flight, aeronautical charts, and navigation aids. Operational procedures are also critical, where the applicant must understand how to use aeronautical documentation, manage the carriage of dangerous goods, and follow procedures related to aircraft accidents, incidents, and emergency situations, including those involving unlawful interference or sabotage. Finally, candidates must be familiar with the principles of flight relevant to the aircraft they will manage, as well as radio communication procedures used to communicate with aircraft and ground stations. To qualify for a flight operations officer license, applicants must have gained relevant experience in one of several capacities. They must have at least 2 years of service in one of the following roles: as a flight crew member in air transportation, as a meteorologist working for an organization that dispatches aircraft, as an air traffic controller, or a technical supervisor of a flight operations officer or air transport flight operation systems. Alternatively, applicants may qualify with 1 year of service as an assistant in the dispatching of air transport, or they may complete an approved training course. Additionally, all applicants must have worked under the supervision of a licensed flight operations officer for at least 90 working days within the 6 months immediately preceding the application. This period allows them to gain hands-on experience in actual flight operations, ensuring they are fully prepared for the responsibilities of the role. Applicants must demonstrate several key skills during the licensing process. These include the ability to perform an accurate weather analysis using daily weather maps and reports, providing a valid operational weather briefing that covers conditions impacting specific air routes, destinations, and alternates. The applicant must also be able to forecast weather trends pertinent to air transportation. Applicants must also be able to determine the optimum flight path for a given flight segment and create accurate manual or computer-generated flight plans. They must be able to provide operating supervision and assistance to flights, particularly in adverse weather conditions. This ensures that they can manage flights safely, whether in actual or simulated conditions. They must be able to recognize and manage threats and errors through the application of threat and error management principles. The holder of a flight operations officer license is responsible for managing flight operations in compliance with the requirements outlined in ICAO Annex 6. The privileges associated with the license allow the holder to serve as a flight operations officer or dispatcher with responsibility for overseeing various aspects of flight operations, including assisting the pilot in flight preparation and planning, monitoring flights during operation, providing real-time guidance to the flight crew, especially in adverse conditions, ensuring that flights comply with operational regulations and procedures, including weather monitoring, fuel management, and navigation support, and lastly, handling emergencies or incidents by advising the flight crew on the safest course of action based on available information. The flight operations officer plays a critical role in ensuring that flights are conducted safely, efficiently, and in compliance with all applicable regulations. Through their extensive knowledge, practical experience, and skill in managing complex flight operations, they provide essential support to both the flight crew and airline operations, helping to ensure the safety and success of each flight. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more aviation content.